So one of the major trends for 2026 they're seeing, especially in the gyms, because they're restructuring and things, and you
Hmm.
guys have already mentioned it. I mean, strength training is in, cardio is out.
Mm,
Can
yeah.
strength training really take over for cardio, or is it still important that you do both?
Both are absolutely important. What I will say is that have been a lot more studies happening. Started a long time ago. Publications have been released, but even more research is being put into the benefits of strength training in a cardiac capacity. So you can do, and a lot of the programs that I've built, they hit that strength and cardio or endurance realm for both of them. So if you're gonna do, say, we'll just use that as an example. So my dumbbell program, because Gita, you ran the
Yes,
dumbbell program.
I did that
Um,
one. Woo!
so you noticed, right, that you are progressively increasing your weight throughout the program, but you're also increasing at some point the amount of circuits that you do. With that and the reps that I have in there, it's a pretty high rep program.
There was
You
also,
are
if I
going,
remember, a decrease of time of rest too.
yes, there's also a
That's one
decrease
way.
of rest.
Come on, I remember that. I remember the decrease
Yes.
of rest
I
in
know,
between the sets.
no.
Because that
Yeah,
cardiac wise, that's when you're catching your breath and you can feel your
absolutely.
heart. You can feel the
Yeah.
heart working.
So
Yeah.
you are challenging your muscular endurance. You are challenging your heart rate endurance, and you're also challenging your strength within that because so whenever you're doing cardio, generally a lot of people who are doing cardio are doing more steady state cardio, like going for a jog or a run on the elliptical for half an hour, whatever. Various types of strength training, whether it's HIIT training, circuit training, regular lifting, strength training, your heart rate is going to be more on like a bell curve or like a roller coaster. So it's going to increase and decrease and increase and decrease. And that challenge for your heart has been shown to be potentially more beneficial than steady state cardio for your cardiac improvement, because think of it like your muscle body as well. Like you're going to challenge it so that it grows stronger, and then you're going to give it a break so it can repair, and then you're going to challenge it to grow stronger, and then you're going to let it repair and get some of those energy stores back in there. Same thing for your heart. You're going to challenge it to work really hard, you're going to give it a break. You're going to challenge it to work really hard, you're going to give it a break. And throughout that routine and your consistency, it's just going to get better and better and more efficient at doing that, putting that work in and then recovering, and putting that work in and then recovering. So that's really what we want to look at when we're training, is how efficient am I making my body? How efficient am I making my heart? And how efficient am I making my muscles? And so strength training is really great for both. Not just because I say it, but because the science says it. And when you're doing like strict cardio, you're not really building muscle strength. Depending on what kind of cardio you're doing, of course. So if you're doing like an elliptical, you can add resistance to that, of course, but you're doing the same movement repetitively over and over and over again throughout that. So you're not challenging your muscles to a capacity where you are doing a what's called progressive overload. So you're not continuing to add weight to that muscle body in order to challenge it enough to become stronger. You're really just training it in that specific movement to get really good at doing that movement.